Hi, and welcome back to my Christmas tree. A few weeks ago, I made a list of things that I would put on my Sephora wish list. I was thinking about what I could possibly want to get for Christmas if I was to get makeup. So I went through Sephora Czech Republic, that's where I live, and I just saved some links of things that looked interesting to me for whatever reason. Those might be things I already tried and want again. Those might be things that I want to try. Basically anything that I would be happy to get. Today, because I don't really remember what is on that list, I thought it might be fun to look through that list again and tell you why I am not getting any of those things. As you might know, this year I am on a no-buy, and the year is coming to an end, and my no-buy is coming to an end together with it. And I am already planning and thinking about what I would be doing next year, so I might do a video about that soon, hopefully. Spoiler alert, my next year would probably involve some purchases, but not complete freedom. At least from what I'm thinking now. Anyways, enough blabbering, and let's just get into my list. First on my list is a Tarte Shape Tape Radiant Concealer. I tried the original Shape Tape, I tried the Shape Tape Creamy. I enjoyed both of them, and I did try Shape Tape Radiant Mini. However, the Mini was extremely tiny, so I couldn't really test it under my eyes. It was also too dark for me from what I remember, so I was mostly using it kind of like a color corrector more than concealer. So this is the only one from the range I think that I haven't properly tried, which is why I added it to this list. I liked both of the other Shape Tape kinds. I generally like full coverage concealers. Radiant doesn't sound bad to me. I'm not sure what's the public opinion of this product, to be honest. I don't remember how it compares according to other people. So it's possible I would get it to try it in my proper shade and in the proper size that I can actually test. So it is likely. However, this is why we're here. I currently have 3 open concealers. I have the Natasha Denona High Glam, I have Huda Beauty, whatever the name of that is, and I have the NARS Creamy Concealer, open at the moment. And apart from that, also, I have a Maybelline, the one with the puff, that one also unopened. So before I can even think about getting another concealer, I should first of all finish all 3 of the open ones before they go bad, and then open and finish the 4th one. So I don't think getting a new concealer is anywhere in the plans. I don't even know if I will be able to go through all of them next year. Maybe, because most of them are already started and I use them a little, so they're not completely full, but still. This is not even something I should be considering right now. By the time I am done with the ones that I have, there might be something else I want to try. And even at the moment, there are concealers that are probably not on Sephora Czech Republic that I would be very interested in trying and would possibly pick over trying another Shape Tape concealer. And something that I have learned throughout my no-buy is that definitely I get way more joy if I pick something that I will start using immediately. Using something that was just waiting for me in my collection is just not as fun. So I don't want to buy something and then have it wait, even unopened, for months and months and months for me to finally have time to use it. This one is definitely off the list. I wouldn't even consider it now. I don't know what I was thinking. Next one on my list is a Tarte Tartelette mascara. It is probably one of my favorite mascaras that I have tried. I really like Tarte mascaras in general, but this one I particularly enjoyed. Also because it's tubing. I have deep set eyes, which means my lashes often touch my brow bone. And I also have a pretty oily skin. And that combo is not good for having mascara on. Because very often if the mascara is not waterproof or tubing, it will just stamp onto my brow bone, and I don't enjoy that look. Even the best mascaras, the ones that people swear by and the ones that give me a really good look to my lashes, often ruin the impression by just getting on my brow bone. It is actually very likely that I would get that one. I am currently using a Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara, and I like it, but it has the issue of stamping onto my brow bone, unfortunately. So I don't think I would repurchase that one, and that is the last one that I have. I also, before you recommend me waterproof mascaras, I don't like them because I find them annoying to take off. And this one has the benefit of being easy to take off and also not stamping onto my brow bone. So this one is actually quite likely that I would get as my next mascara. That one I would keep on the list. Next one on my list is again Tarte. I like a lot of Tarte products, if you can't tell. And this is the Maracuja Juicy. Is it Maracuja? How is it pronounced?
Maracuja oil.
Huh?
Maracuja.
It's Maracuja? Is it? Well, the Juicy Lips. Yeah, and they're on my list because I really like them. I have tried, I think, more than 4 different shades at different times. I mostly had minis because I bought them in little Christmas sets or just mini sets. And I like that because I like testing mini products. It's less of a commitment and they're easier to finish. It is a product that I like. I like that it's very moisturizing, nourishing, and also has a color. So for me, it's like a perfect thing for every day or for work. It moisturizes the lips very nicely and it looks pretty. So it is a product that I enjoy. However, I still have 2 full-size ones that are on the verge of being expired. Date-wise, they are expired, but they still look fine and smell good. So I probably should try to finish them. And I also have one that is the plump one, the plump version, which I also should try to finish before getting another one. Not to mention that I have a billion of other lip products. I think in general, I want to finish a bunch more of my lip products, especially the ones that are getting close to their expiry date or are already past it, before I get a single other one. I think that's a smart thing to do. And because of that, I would definitely remove that from my wish list. We're moving on from Tarte now. The next product is from Hourglass and is their Ambient Lightening Powder. I've never tried this product. I think I only tried one thing from Hourglass ever, and those were their version of the Juicy Lips from Tarte. The Glowy Bombs or something like that. I'm not sure of the name. They're nice, definitely very overpriced, but pleasant to use. I still have them. That's definitely on the list of things that I need to finish before buying another Juicy Lip. But speaking of this one, I think if there was a right time and a right deal, I might get one of those. They've been hyped for a very long time, and I've seen a lot of people really, really love them. I've also seen people say that they make no difference and they're not worth it. But I am really curious. So I think maybe when I'm done with my Kaleidos Symphony Trio part, that is the powder that I'm currently using as a finishing powder, maybe I would get that one. I think I would get a mini. I saw that they have quite a lot of minis in Sephora mini section, so I don't think I would get a full-size one in case I hate it. It's quite expensive. It's definitely a splurge. So I think if I would get it, I would really try to make sure that I'm getting the right shade and that I'm really sure that I want to try it. But it is something that wouldn't be completely unreasonable considering what I have. I don't have too many powders or like finishing powders. I wouldn't get the highlighters. That's not on the list. I would not get ones that are highlighters. I have a lot of highlighters, so I definitely don't need another one currently. But I would possibly get a finishing powder. I would be curious to see if the magic that people say they do is actually true. So maybe. I did not expect that, but the next product on the list is Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balm. Well, I literally just said that I have 2 of them, and that is enough of a reason for me to not get another one. Definitely not until I finish both of them. And like I mentioned before, I have a bunch of lip products, so I would also need to make my lip product collection a bit smaller before I buy another, especially expensive lip product. I have a bunch of things that are similar. If I didn't have anything that is similar, like if everything I have would be just like lip liners and liquid lipsticks, then yeah, sure, I can get a glossy lip balm. But I currently have a lot of things that would look similar and would serve a similar purpose. So it's a huge no. The 2 of the ones that I have are shades Haze and I think Crave. However, I got them because I got them in a set. It was like a Christmas set last year in December. So I didn't really pick the shades. I do like the red one. I haven't used the pink one that much, but they're pretty shades. However, if I bought one now, I think I would go for the shade Rise. When I was even looking at them in the store, back when I bought those ones, I already thought that the shade Rise is the prettiest and I would probably go for that one. It would be perfect for every day. It's like muted, nudes, pinky, brownie shade. I'm great at descriptions. But yeah, I would probably get this one. But I don't think I would get to a point where I can actually justify getting a thing like that, probably throughout the next whole year, because I have really a lot of lip products. Unless I like lose all of them or they all go bad, I don't think it's very likely that I would be getting another glossy lip balm. I would remove that from my wish list now. Next one is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray. And funny thing, I can very happily remove that from my wish list now because I got it. I got it as a gift from my best friend, which I'm very grateful for because it is probably the best setting spray that I have ever tried. I haven't tried too many of them, but I have tried some. And my common issue with all of them was that they would make me look dry. They would make my makeup set weirdly, like set in some places and not the others, or or it would set, but then my oils would still break through it and then it would look like cakey and just wrong. With this one, I didn't have that issue. It feels like it creates a layer over my makeup that is dewy but sturdy. Like it protects my makeup and it's not coming off and it's not creasing also and it's staying in place, but it's not making it look weird. It's not making it look dry. It actually is making it look better, I feel. So if you're looking for a new setting spray and this one is in the budget for you because it is quite expensive, I would definitely recommend it. I am removing it from my wish list because I already have it, but if I didn't, I would probably keep it there. Next on my list is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I have recently run out of my setting powder, so it is something I considered. However, it has coverage from what I know. I haven't touched it in store, I think, but from what I saw of people saying online, it has coverage. I am a bit worried about setting powders with coverage because I feel like there's a risk that they would change the way my makeup looks, that they would darken my makeup. And generally, I go for translucent powders. So even though I know that this one is highly reviewed and I am curious about it, I didn't get it. I got a different powder actually. I got a powder from Clinique. I got a loose powder, which is another thing that I do like. I travel quite a lot and having a pressed powder always comes with the risk of it breaking in travel. I feel like having a loose powder is just slightly more secure. And the powder that I got is a big one. I think it has 25 grams of product, so I don't expect to be finishing up soon. And because of that, I can definitely remove it from my wish list. It is something that I would keep at the back of my mind. I might be interested in it again at some point, but at the moment, this is not something that I would be spending my money on. Next one is Jisoo Honey Infused Lip Oil. The one I have on my screen is Cherry on the Cake. It's like a pinky red shade. I like red glosses. I feel like they always look very cute. It's like a less coverage but still impactful kind of look. I did it for my Christmas makeup look if you haven't seen it. And I am curious about these glosses in general, lip oils. I am curious about them. I have seen a lot of people talk about them. I've obviously seen a lot of posts. They look very pretty. The images that Jisoo posts on their Instagram profile with like the themes look very delicious. I don't know if I would go for this shade or a different shade, but I do want to try it at some point. I am very curious about them. I know that at the beginning I heard someone say that they smell like an actual oil, like a cooking oil, and that made me not want it at all. But from what I know, they fixed it and it no longer smells like that it actually smells nice. I think I smelled at least one of them in store at some point and it did smell nice. I would keep it on my wish list just because I am curious about the product, but I wouldn't be buying it now because of how many glosses I have at the moment. I would literally feel bad getting another lip gloss considering how many I have. I would keep it in the back of my mind, but this is not something I would be getting now. Next one is another product from Jisoo. It's their honey infused hair oil. I think in general there might be a few more Jisoo products on that list just because I am very curious about the brand. I've never tried anything and I keep seeing people use them and swear by them and say how nice they actually are. They're also expensive products, which is another reason why I wouldn't just go and buy them without thinking. However, it's more likely that I would get hair products than a lip gloss just because I have way less of them. I still have some, but I might be running out of like a hair oil or a mask or something, and I might consider getting something from Jisoo at that point if it's in the budget for me at the time. Next one on my list is a mini set from Fenty. It contains a mini lip gloss, a mini highlighter in pink, and also a mini mascara. Are they all minis? Is the lip gloss also mini? Because I feel like it looks full size. I'm not sure. It's not available on Sephora anymore, so I wouldn't be getting it anyways. They don't have it. Maybe they have it like in a store or something, but I think they run out of it already. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be getting it. But another reason why I wouldn't be getting it is because of the lip gloss, because I already have a Gloss Bomb Heat in my collection at the moment, so I'm not curious about the formula. I'm also not in love with the formula. I like it quite a lot, but I don't like that it's plumping. I don't like the spicy feeling. I like how glossy it is though. It's also not very spicy, so it's not bad. It's not like the Too Faced lip injection. That one I really don't enjoy. The Gloss Bomb Heat is better, and the shade in this set is pretty. But like we discussed many times already, I don't need another lip gloss. Clearly, it's a problem because I keep putting lip glosses in my wish list. The things that would make me consider buying it is obviously the mascara. I've never tried this mascara, but I like trying new mascaras. I expect it would be one that would stamp onto my brow bone, so probably wouldn't be perfect, but I am probably going to run out of a mascara soon. It wouldn't be unreasonable to get another one. And I've also been curious about this highlighter highlighter for a while. I have seen Lauren May Beauty talk about it. She made it look very beautiful, so I was interested in it. I don't want to commit to buying a full size because it is a pink highlighter. I'm not sure if it would be light enough for me to use on my cheeks, maybe as a blush topper. I would need to like touch it in the store and see if I actually am curious about it still. So something that is making me lean towards considering it is how long my interest is still there, how long I am curious about the product, how long I am actually thinking about it, how long it stayed on my secret wish list. But yeah, I'm not getting the set because it's not available, but also because I don't think I want to add all of those three things. I don't think it makes sense. Luckily, I don't have to think about it because it's not available. Next one is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Sticks. I'm pretty sure that this is a reformulated version of a different Fenty lipstick that I enjoyed a lot, actually. I forgot the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. But they used to have these sheer glossy lipsticks that I had two. I still have one, and I really, really like them. They're, again, perfect for every day, perfect for work, moisturizing, had pretty colors. And I got them on sale because I think they were already getting discontinued. I was actually very sad about it, but now it makes sense because they then released these gloss bomb sticks. And apart from being a possible reformulation of something that I already liked, it's also just pretty. I like the shade ranges. I also saw people put them on their yearly favorites, so they must be good, at least for some people. So I would be very curious to try at least one at some point. But again, I will not be buying it because I have too many lip products and I need to finish at least some before I can consider getting another one. At this point, I don't even want to like prioritize which things I would get first, because by the time I can justify getting another lip product, my preferences might be completely different. So this is just me saying which lip products I am currently interested in, basically. But yeah, if I didn't have any lip products, I would probably get one of these. They look very pretty. I don't know which shade I would get, but recently I was really looking at the hot chocolate one. Hot chocolate. I think I had like a mini phase for brown lip products, which is not a problem. I have brown lip products, so I have a lot of lip products. Speaking of brown lip products, next one on my list is Summer Friday's Lip Butter Balm in the shade Hot Cocoa. I have 4 of these, so obviously I am not really in the place to buy another one. I have the vanilla one that is translucent, I have vanilla beige, iced coffee, and I have cherry. Both vanilla beige and iced coffee are brownish, and then cherry is like a red gloss. I enjoy all of them. The formula is great. I like the colors. I really like the products. I love the way they smell. So I don't need another one. I have enough. They also have quite a lot of product in them. They have like 15 grams, which is a lot for a lip product, especially if they have a color and I use them more like a gloss than a lip balm. It's not like I will be running out of them soon. However, I saw Lauren May Beauty describe the hot cocoa one as very chocolatey and that it felt like you're putting actual chocolate on your lips because of the smell and I guess the taste as well. And even though for her that was a reason why she didn't like it, for me that sounded like heaven. I love chocolate. I love chocolate smell. I love chocolate. However, I don't really eat sweets too much. So having a lip balm that smells like chocolate would be perfect. I wouldn't be eating it. There wouldn't be sugar in it, but I would get the experience. I feel like I need to buy it. I'm not sure if it's like limited edition or not. If it is, I would be very sad. If it's not limited edition, I might wait until I finish a bit more of my lip balms and just get this one. Or, I don't know, ask for it or something. I am so tempted by the chocolate description. And again, I am into brown lip products recently. So every single thing I know about it sounds like a reason why I should get it. I shouldn't because of how many lip products I have. But this sounds like something that I might break my rules for. Not my no-buy rules. My next year's, whatever rules I set. I don't know. This is something that, as you can probably tell, I feel very tempted by. Very tempted by. Next product on the list is the ABH Lip Velvet Lipstick. It might be surprising why it's on the list because currently I'm not really into matte lip products. It's not something that I would think that I would be interested in. I'm not really into matte products in general. Also, I feel like this one would be like whipped texture, which I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Plus, I have some things that are of this whipped texture, like the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle thingy, and also the Kaleidos, is it Cloud? Lip Cloud? I think it's Lip Cloud. They're both like a whipped matte texture, and I do like them, but I don't love them. So I don't know if I would be getting another one. The reason why it's here is because Agnieszka and how she said that it's so good. I do trust her, I guess, so I put it on my wish list. It wasn't on my wish list before. She is literally the only reason why it's here. She is literally the only reason why I have even a drop of curiosity for this product, to be honest. Because of that, I don't think I would get it, especially considering I don't need it. I think I would remove it from my wish list, and I think that I will forget about it and I will not want it anymore. So I should fight how easy I am to influence. Next one on my list is the ABH Mini Spice Palette. It's an eyeshadow palette that I have not heard anyone talk about. I haven't seen it anywhere. I haven't heard or seen anything about it in general. The only place I saw it is when I was scrolling the Sephora page and I saw a photo of it. And it looked delicious because it's cold spice and it's brown and it's shiny and it just looks pretty. I don't need another eyeshadow palette. I don't need another nude eyeshadow palette. I have enough of both eyeshadows in general and nude eyeshadows specifically. So that would be an immediate out from my wish list for sure. But yeah, I was just tempted by how pretty it looked on the page. I haven't even seen it in person. It might be ugly in person. I had one ABH palette from the recent ones. It was the mini Glam on the Go. I think it was called Glam on the Go. It was pretty. I was tempted by how pretty it looked just as a palette, but I never used it. The shimmers were not shimmery enough for me. I just go for indie shimmers most of the time, just because they're more intense and more sparkly. So even though it was pretty and usable, I guess, I never used it. So yeah, I gave it away to my mom. And I don't have it anymore. And probably the same thing would happen to this one. Next on my wish list is not a product, it's a brand, and it's Kylie. I tried 2 of the perfumes. I tried the Burnt Cherry and one more. I forgot which one it was, but basically I got 2 mini perfumes to test. I traveled with them because they're minis, so that was very convenient. I do like them a lot. I got a lot of compliments on how nice they smelled. I enjoyed them. I also smelled some of the other ones in the store and they smelled very good. So I am tempted. I would be curious to try more, but currently I am not in the market for perfume. I have quite a lot. I got a lot of them as gifts throughout the last 2 years, I think. I'm not someone who collects perfume. I prefer to have just a few that I use all the time, or I would even be fine with just having one or maybe 2, one for warmer months, one for winter season. I think that's the only times when I switch my scents. So I am not in the market for another one, but this brand is definitely piquing my interest and I would be curious to try something from them at some point when it's reasonable. I think at the moment, the most likely scenario of me getting something from them is if I ran out of all of my travel perfumes and I get another one of the travel ones that they have. I think that's the only way that would make sense. Next product on the list is Huda Beauty Faux Filter Lip Gloss. I have seen more and more people say that they're not as good. I've seen a lot of criticism and I feel like I saw more negative opinions than positive. Because of that, I would be removing that from my list, especially considering how many lip products I have. But I definitely put it here because I felt like the promo pictures look beautiful. The packaging makes it look very juicy and tempting. But after seeing some people saying that they're not good, I don't think I've seen a single person say that they're like their favorite. So I don't think I should be getting them. Next one is Huda Beauty Blush Filter. I have seen people say that they're good, so this doesn't suffer from the same issue. They have some pretty shades, they look pretty, I like the packaging, it looks very cute, I think. However, currently I have quite a lot of blushes. I have a lot of cream or liquid blushes specifically, and before I get another cream or liquid blush, I would like to use the ones that I have more and hopefully finish some. Just because creams and liquids expire sooner, they can grow bacteria. It makes no sense to have too many at the same time that are open, just because you wouldn't get enough use and they would just all go bad. So I think before I spend money on another cream blush, I want to use the ones that I already spend money on. This is a thing that I would keep in mind, and if I'm still interested in it and still curious by the time I can justify another blush purchase, then maybe I would get it. But at the moment, I cannot justify it. Next one is also Huda Beauty, and it's the Faux Filter Color Corrector. Currently, I'm using a color corrector from Tarte, the Shape Tape Color Corrector. I like it a lot. Apart from that one, I also have one from a Polish brand, NAM or NAM. That one I don't like that much. The shade is also not very color correcting. It's more like a concealer, and I feel like it's getting quite old and possibly changing texture. It's either changing texture or I just don't like the texture in general. I will definitely try and use it before I get another color corrector unless it's expired. If it's expired, I will not be using it. But obviously first I need to finish the Tarte one. That one I love. I really like the Tarte color corrector. And the one from Huda Beauty is actually the next one on the list that I would want to try. I have heard very good things about it. The shades look good. I also have the concealer that she has, and I really like that concealer. I really enjoyed it. It's very full coverage, stays put very well. So because of all of those reasons, I would be curious about it. And when the time comes when I'm in the market for another color corrector, I think I will consider this one. Unless there's something else released that would be more interesting to me, I think this one is the one that I would go for. So it stays on my wish list. It's just not for right now. Nothing is for right now, to be honest. Next product is from Haus Labs, and it's the Triclone Skin Tech Hydrating Concealer with Fermented Arnica. It's a very long name. It's a concealer. I think it's the only one they have. The reason why it's here is because I've never tried anything from the brand. I am very curious to try something from the brand, and I have also seen people say that they really enjoy it. Like I mentioned before, I am not in the market for another concealer. I need to finish a bunch of concealers before I can even consider getting another one. So this is not something that I would be getting anytime soon, but I think if I'm still interested, I would be keeping this one on the list and possibly trying this one. I think at the moment I would pick this one over the Tarte Shape Tape Radiant, just because this one would be a completely new product for me, a completely new brand, and then the Shape Tape, I already tried different ones. So I am keeping this on the wish list. I am just not buying it now. And the next one is a mini set from Haus Labs, and it's a set of their mini lip oil and a highlighter duo. The set is still available. I imagine it would still be in store as well. I'm not sure why. I feel like usually if a set is good, it disappears quite quickly. The reason why I put it on the wish list is because, again, I want to try the brand. I'm curious. I've never tried anything from Haus Labs. I've also seen people say that they like it, and that gives me a reason to believe that it's worth to try. I'm not sure about these specific products. I don't know if I would pick them. If anything, the only reason would be that it's a mini set, so the products are smaller, the set is cheaper than getting the two separate things. It's a nice way to try a new brand, I guess, without making a huge commitment. However, the shade of the gloss is magenta pink. It's not really a lip product shade that I usually wear. Maybe for the summer I would, I don't know. I'm also not sure if it's one of those pH adjusting ones. I guess the shade is already kind of like the pH adjusting one, but would it like stain? I don't know anything about it, basically. I have no idea how the formula is, if it's nice or not. And for the highlighter, it looks more like it would be a blush for me than a highlighter. I don't know if it's closer to something like the Rare Beauty blushes that are closer to highlighters than blushes, or is it more like the RMS blush? I have one in French Rosé and I really like it. It's glowy, but it's also like an actual blush. It's not a highlighter. This one says that it's a highlighter, so it's possible that it's very shiny. I think if I was going to buy the set, I would first want to go and touch the actual products in the full size versions if they have testers. I think in the past I would definitely buy it like immediately, but now that I'm trying to be more conscious of what I have and what I'm buying and why, I have more reasons to doubt. So I don't know. Maybe for like testing purposes, or maybe I would see if they have better sets. Moving on to the next one, I have one product from a Polish brand called Mokosz, and it's a body balm. It's currently not available, but I know Sephora is also not the only place I can get it. It's a body balm in the scent of chocolate and cherry. I'm not fully convinced on chocolate and cherry. I don't really like chocolate with fruit or berries, but there's chocolate, so it sounds like it could smell nice. I have a voucher to a different store where I also saw that they have that, so I might consider. I do, however, at the moment have quite a lot of body creams, body balms, lotions, whatever, oils. So it's not like I am in need for one, which is making me think that I shouldn't get it. I definitely shouldn't get it now, but I might. I've been tempted by this product every time I see it. I've been seeing it since many years now, just because I used to live in Poland. It's a Polish brand. So I definitely saw it before, and I already thought that chocolate body balm sounds nice. I might enjoy smelling like chocolate. I don't know. So I think this one would stay on my wish list, but for later. And last but not least, I have another brand on my wish list. I haven't picked a specific product, but I want to try something from Glow Recipe. I tried a few things. I had 2 minis of creams. I think I had a plum one and then maybe a watermelon one. They were nice. I also had the very popular watermelon niacinamide drops, and I did really enjoy them. I loved the texture. I loved the smell. I loved how the bottle looks. The one thing I didn't like about it is how quickly the pump stopped reaching the product. There came a point where I had to have it upside down all the time, and I couldn't use the actual pump. I had to like unscrew it and just scrape the product out. And there was so much product left. I don't know why the pump stopped working. marketing. I think this is something they should definitely fix. The product is not cheap, the brand is not cheap. I feel like the user experience should be better for the price. I think that if I didn't think to scrape out the rest of the product and find out that there's like a month's worth left, I would waste a lot of money. So that is something I didn't enjoy for sure. Nonetheless, I am curious about the brand. The packaging of everything looks delicious. Brand marketing looks delicious. I saw a lot of people saying that they really like the products, especially the niacinamide drops, but also other things. So if I would be looking for another skincare product and I would be able to spend a little more because it is a expensive brand, then maybe I would try more products. I think I would definitely consider it. It would be in the back of my mind to look at Glow Recipe products and see if I can afford them and if I can find something that I would want to try. So it is on my mental wish list, let's say. Let me know if you have any specific recommendations from the brand of something that I absolutely need to try, something that is really good and worth the money. I'll keep it on my wish list, but at the moment I'm not looking to buy anything. So at the moment I am not buying anything. But yeah, that was the last thing from my list. As a general conclusion, I'm not getting anything at the moment. I might be in the market for some things that I'm running out of. I am still on a no-buy, but just for a few days. So I need to make my plan for what I'm doing next year and what kind of no-buy, low-buy, whatever I'm doing. I think I will open up for more purchases, not just replacements next year. So my wish list might come in handy. I think at the moment, what it shows is that there are a few brands that I'm curious about. I love lip products and I need to stop myself before I buy every single one. There also are some things that I'm curious about since quite a while, and those are things that I might consider. Those might be the things that I should research and see if I actually want them or not. I think when I was making that list, I was in a slightly different mindset. I wasn't going to buy anything, but I wanted to browse and see what's there. I wasn't really following what's new on Sephora recently because of my no-buy. So I was curious, and seeing new things made me want them, of course. So it is very useful to leave a list like that and come back to it later and then see if I still want those things. And most of the time, after a while, with a calmer mind, I have a lot of reasons why I don't want the things. So I hope this was interesting. I hope it was enjoyable and maybe even useful. I hope you have a great rest of the year. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next one soon. Bye.